So.
Hey guys, it's Ryan and the rest of Team ACWRD, and today we're going to be talking about episode
Optimus
3.
Penny confirmed!
Perfect.
What? You have superpowers in a town filled with superpowers?
That has a school dedicated to training people with superpowers!
Superpowers are a surprise.
Anyway.
You have super strength? How is that possible? After all, I'm only like a 17-year-old girl with the power to move so fast I can create a sonic boom.
Sonic.
And I go to school with a girl
15.
who can literally make an entire cloud of aluminum cans float in the air.
My sister can turn into fire.
Okay,
Well,
so
I'm
real
at
quick,
five.
I just want to say something. I totally forget his name. The dude with blue hair.
Neptune.
Neptune?
Yeah,
Oh,
Neptune. Okay,
Neptune.
so I kind of just if you need a vivid representation of myself at the moment, I want you guys to flash back to the moment where he and Sun walked in on the food fight. That is me at this very moment because I forgot just how hectic these talks get.
Hectic.
It's
An
a whole
image which
new
Will
world.
will helpfully put up on the
It's
screen
a whole new
now.
world.
Yeah, guys, I forgot. Chaps is back.
Oh,
It's
Yeah,
not
hi.
Kenny!
Who are you? Have we met before?
No, and I'm actually kind of glad we haven't.
Oh.
You don't seem very pleasant.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
shots fired.
Shot through the heart.
And you
What you say?
A bad name!
That you only may wear.
I would just like to point out that there's no way copyright will claim on that because because no company will be willing to admit that that's their song.
Absolutely.
Alright, so, I don't know.
Oh, I just want to point out with Optimus Penny. No, seriously, like actual stuff brought up because she says at the end that she's not a real girl. Clearly, she is real because they have physically interacted with her before, and she took place and she helped out with the battles. But I direct you back to a comment she made before herself. Are you a man, Penny?
But actually, Dan, this episode kind of confirmed your theory about how she's basically this universe's version of Pinocchio.
Yep, she even
Pinocchio.
hiccups when she lies.
The fucking hiccups. It's wonderful. Also, how the fuck does a robot hiccup? Like,
How did
Yeah, how
people
does the
hiccup?
robot? How does that work?
yeah.
Why do
Like,
people
I don't know,
hiccup?
why don't you
That's-
go-
I don't even
why don't you
know.
because
Yeah.
Why don't you
hiccuping
go
is gas gets trapped in
boy,
your
I'm
stomach, and
already
what your
getting-
stomach does is it tries to push that gas back out,
Dude,
and usually it's like oxygen or something that's not
Will,
supposed
Will,
to be down
stop.
Oh, okay.
Will,
Oh,
Will,
right.
Will, listen
Right.
to me.
All right.
Will, don't ruin the miracle.
there.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
man,
we're not
how do
even
they
10
work?
minutes in, and I already can't even get in a word.
Oh, by the
Lovely.
way, guys, I should mention that today's guest is our good friend Anthony, who's also very into RWBY.
Yes.
If
Hello.
you watched one of our earlier videos from like another account we had, where we talked about basically our first impressions of the first episode of RWBY, he's
Was I
in that. Yeah, you were.
I was in that.
Does that channel even still
Was that?
exist?
It should.
Yeah.
Kinda. But anyway, so yeah, what'd you guys think of the episode?
Let's start with
the worst thing I've ever seen.
Let's start with the guest.
Okay, start with me.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
what'd you think?
Wait, I thought I was today's guest.
No,
No, you're not.
you're
Shut up.
part of Team ACWRD.
You're the leader of Team ACWRD. Don't you know?
Yeah, you're the C.
Yeah, I'm sorry, just, sorry about that, from my incredible absence, it sort of slipped my mind that I was actually a part of the group.
Why were you absent, actually?
Well, the first time was because I was at my father's, and it's a it's not the biggest house, and sound really carries, and you know, we get really loud, so I didn't want to disturb anybody. And then the second time was simply because I couldn't talk at the time that you guys were doing the thing because people were still awake, and I never received a, hey, should we wait a few minutes for you, or anything like that, and you guys already started, and I didn't want to interrupt you.
Actually, I thought we didn't actually manage to do that one.
No,
Because-
I'm talking about episode 2.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right, the thing that's out.
Who's
what?
in charge of who's in charge of sending? I thought who's in charge of sending people messages?
I don't know.
That
Because
was
I know it's not me. I'm not responsible enough for that.
I
I know
tend
I
to
was-
send
I know I
people
was talking to
messages,
Will.
but no, it's not
I know I
me.
was
But
talking to Will.
Yeah.
I tend to send messages.
Quick,
but
everyone, shift the blame.
it's not technically my
It's
job.
your fault.
But I do tend to do all of the message sending. It's just not my job. I just do it because
Alright.
none of you
Okay,
idiots
but
will.
anyway-
Speaking of jobs,
Anyway, Anthony, what'd you think? What did you think of the episode?
honestly, it was actually. I feel it's one of the weakest episodes that have been happening so far.
I agree.
I'll agree with you there.
There wasn't that much story other than Penny.
What
And-
more do you need?
Well, I mean,
I was
and-
about to say, okay, I see your points, but Penny is in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Penny doesn't
Penny.
save the episode.
right, but we are,
Fight me out back, Ryan. I'll fight you over this.
we are
I will
don't
fight you
Dude,
I will fight
Chappie.
you with fisticuffs over this.
Chappie,
Fisticuffs.
Chappie battle, us versus Will and Ryan.
Jabu!
quick.
But remember, I owe Will a punch first, suggesting that I didn't get the chupacabra joke.
Seriously though, you really have to like stun knife. You have to stun dart me with that. Otherwise, it's not legit.
Yeah,
I feel like
this
it's less legit if I do.
this episode was just kind of meh.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
like
no, I'm
Penny
gonna-
there was cool, but
Yeah, I'm gonna admit it was a lot. It was a lot more slow paced than previous episodes have been, and I am not going to deny that.
Yeah, keep
And we also found out that Weiss probably has daddy issues.
daddy issues.
She definitely is, as well
Why,
as
we did not find that out. I
It's
thought that was
hinted.
patently obvious.
Yeah, it can be
From-
assumed.
Yeah.
That was obvious from the part where the episode where Blake gets outed as an ex White Fang.
Right.
I
Mhm.
don't exactly think you can be an ex-faunus, but
I was
No,
gonna say,
that's
wait a
White
minute.
Fang.
I do want
Next
to
white
point,
thing.
as far as story goes, I do want to point out that one, we had that scene in their bedroom where essentially they've set up the next like maybe 2 or 3 episodes, as well as we did get to learn the name
Right.
of Weiss's sister, Winter.
Didn't we also get
Winter.
Didn't we also learn like Weiss's like real first name? Or like
Weiss.
It's
no,
Weiss.
no, they
Weiss.
could, no. When she got into the elevator, she called her something else.
Miss
She
She said
Schnee.
Miss Weiss.
She said
Miss
Miss
Schnee.
Schnee, which
Her last
Schnee is
name.
her last name, which by the way means snow.
Oh. Well, yeah. I thought she called her something different.
Nope.
No.
No,
Actually-
it just sounded different to me.
Well,
at
if you
least.
think about it, Will, in what's the world Ruby in? What's the setting of Ruby called?
Oh,
But-
no, it's
No. Oh, the world.
yeah, it's like Inheritance
World?
or something.
Cybertron, that's it.
Yeah,
In
Cybertron.
Germany doesn't technically
Yeah,
exist,
Cybertron.
so Schnee does not mean snow.
in universe it doesn't
Universe
mean
it
that.
does. Yeah.
In universe it doesn't mean that. Out of universe it certainly does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on what universe we're talking about here. Wow, we're getting to some advanced physics now.
We are.
Look,
This is
okay,
physics?
look, I'm just here to talk about RWBY, not go on a Harvard Studies course on metaphysics.
Yeah,
That's
what is
probably-
this, Bioshock Infinite?
Remnant.
Aha! Aha!
The world's name is Remnant.
You kind of missed the topicality there. Remnant, also known as Cybertron.
Yes.
Cybertron, absolutely.
Yes.
Let's see. What else have
The general dude with his new army. Well, with his new
Oh yeah, that guy.
improvements.
Yeah,
Oh.
I thought he was gonna be Weiss's father, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah,
That giant
I did.
neck.
Yeah.
and it
Yeah, that was
also-
some Metal Gear stuff right there.
Yeah.
the
Metal
massive
Gear.
ripoff of like every mech show
Right.
ever. Well, no, at this
Actually,
I would say
you know what it
homage
actually
rather
reminded
than
me a
Optimus
lot
Prime.
of?
What?
It reminded
Yeah.
me. It didn't necessarily remind me more of like a. Okay. It actually just just the design of that big mech, kind of reminded me of the Bigfoot units from the Sonic
Metal-
series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I also got a weird.
I mean, like a much cooler version of those. Not to say that the Bigfoot units aren't super cool to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What that is.
I'll
Did you
show
ever
you a
play
picture
Sonic
later,
Adventure
Dan.
2?
All I know is that Penny is the best robot.
The shop.
And
Yeah.
is also a man. Confirmed. Penny is a man. I'm on a roll with these Penny
Yeah.
theories.
To
I
be,
got
to be
this.
honest, though, that
He's
reaction
got
at
this,
the end
people.
was just so out of like the ending, like with the reaction was just so
It just
out of
made
place.
No sense.
Yes, it made no sense. I was like,
And
what the
it's
fuck?
not like it was even just Ruby. I could almost get Penny. Like maybe she wasn't aware that the town was full of people with superpowers. But why would Ruby care? Or why would even the regular people be shocked?
No,
being
I didn't-
Like, why wouldn't they be like, God damn it! Is those beacon kids messing
I-
around again?
I
Besides,
Well,
wasn't-
I mean, if you do think of it this way, in any case, they were kind of making a ruckus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it shouldn't be surprising that she stopped a car with her hands. Like they were surprised that how did anyone do that? It's her semblance. would be the first thought.
Or the fact that she's
Yeah.
a fucking robot.
I just want
Well,
to
yeah,
say
but the fact is that doesn't
I'm
necessarily
just saying
have to
that
be the
that's.
case.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that could explain, the people, people just kind of going, "What is going on?" Because
Also,
big,
I found-
there's
No, but
people,
that's-
armed people chasing two young girls.
No, but that's not what they were questioning about. You could hear them muttering, being like, "Did she just stop a car with her hands? How did she do that?" When they live in a town that it has a giant school dedicated to training teenagers
Yes.
with superpowers.
And not to mention they have a fucking dust shop, and dust gives you powers alone.
Speaking of
Well-
which, Dust Shop Guy is back.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't.
But yeah, it's like what the fuck? Like that made no sense.
But the question is, does Dust
Like,
really
what-
give you
like,
that
there was
superpowers?
really no need for that reaction.
Does Dust really give you
No, but
superpowers?
Semblance
oh
does.
My
The
God.
semblance does, but the dust is like connected to it.
Or I don't think it is actually. I think Semblance is separate from Dust.
Well, yeah, dust does give you powers because remember in that epilogue, like you could see like in the prologue they were explaining dust and how like their original humans used it to ward off against their enemies. And, like you
Yeah,
could
but they use that in their weapons. I'm pretty sure they just use their auras.
No,
for their
there's like a
semblance and
thing
such.
where I remember there being like an image of a guy shooting lightning out of his hands.
Yeah, the elemental powers and such are from Dust. like-
Will, if you're, I'm sorry to interrupt. Will, your mic might be muted because if you're saying stuff, we can't hear you.
I literally got cut off twice.
There we go.
All right, welcome back, Will. Sorry for interrupting you
fucking
there,
egg.
Dan.
Yeah, but I just don't understand. Like, semblance is a thing. Like, why wouldn't the first assumption, like, as soon as she stopped the truck with her hands, I knew because it was my theory, and I could see that they were going for a reveal. Oh, she's a robot.
Yeah.
But the assumption in universe should be, it's her semblance.
yes.
Not even, like, I just can't understand the logic of a girl who has a natural ability to run at super speed would be so shocked that this girl would have, super strength. Especially when she's, every time she's seen her, Penny's going, I'm combat ready, and she saw, she has the power to telekinetically float blades.
Exactly. She was there when they were fighting with
Like,
the White Fang.
She telekinetically controls swords attached to like garrote wires and can fire giant laser beams from them.
Yeah,
Stop the truck with your hands. Holy shit! How did you do that?
Not just that, but she outweighed the ship and pulled it down, as well as she's basically the reason why Ruby like stumbled, because Ruby didn't expect her to be so heavy. You could literally see her strain as she jumped, because Penny is so fucking heavy. In the first season,
that reaction was just so weird.
I thought her reaction was fine. I thought it was more of like a, oh, that explains a lot. I thought Ruby's reaction was fine. The people in Vale, they're retarded. But reaction.
No, she was clearly questioning. No, Ruby was clearly questioning, like, what the fuck?
No, because I think she just went along with it, but I didn't think it was like, oh my god, this is like new. I think it was more of like, oh my god. Oh, it was kind of like
no,
it was kind of like
definitely
Blake.
wasn't like that.
No,
for me,
she wasn't reacting to her being a robot. She didn't. She had no idea, no clue that Penny was a robot until Penny showed her damaged hands. That's what she was reacting to at first.
I still feel like it was more like a Blake, where it's just like she does like tuna a lot. It's like she just put it all together in her head, and it's just like, oh, because it wasn't like a what?
Oh, so you're saying that she's basically she basically figured out the way I did. She wasn't like, how did you stop that truck? As soon as she did, she was like, holy shit, Penny's a robot.
Yeah, it was more like, how did you do that? Do you have a semblance or something? She's just like, I'm a robot. Oh, that explains it.
It was just, as soon as Penny stopped the truck, I'm going to take this particular interpretation of the scene. That as soon as Penny stopped the truck with her hands, it clicked in Ruby's head, and she's like, Penny's a robot.
Hopefully that happens.
That's the only way that makes sense to me. It's the only way that can make sense to me is if she figured out she's a robot, and that's what she was marveling at, and she wasn't actually surprised, and the hands was just confirmation. And I guess the people at the truck scene are just, like Will said, they're just complete morons.
Yeah, although I don't think we're going to get more clarification on this till maybe the following episode after next week's. Because I think next week we're going to be following Blake and Yang and what they're up to.
Oh, I hope this.
Seeing as we followed Wise and Ruby this episode.
They were in the same group for one point. I hope they devote an entire episode to Blake and an entire episode to Yang. Mostly entire episode to Yang, because I want to see that.
Actually, because Ruby technically already
I just want every episode to be devoted to Yang to be
Yeah. Put your boner in your pants.
It's just...
There we go.
Okay, even I wasn't gonna make it that creepy. Jeez, wow.
Did you ever think of a little thing called asexuality, Will? That's a thing.
So what you're saying is you're asexual?
Go back to advanced physics.
Back to what we were talking about.
Like, because Ruby already, I want that scene when, if you as a callback to when Penny asked if Blake is a man. And because Ruby already knows that Penny's a robot, so she can't bring it up. I want it to when they could bring to her other friends. Penny to say, I'm not a real girl, and for one of the Ruby girls, probably Yang. To say, are you're a man? Just as a callback. I need that. Or for her to reveal, yes, I am.
Wait, so are you making a fan demand?
Continually confirms my...
Dan, are you making a fandom demand on this?
No.
Are you making
a fan demand? This is a Rooster Teeth. This is to the official canon. I am hoping this happens.
Right, as a fan, you're making this demand. Or is it just a suggestion?
It's a hope.
Oh, it's a hope.
And
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Because a geek or a nerd demand is a very serious thing.
Also, it would be unreasonable because I'm pretty sure they already made the next few episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they said they're like essentially like usually like 2 or 3 episodes ahead of what's released as far as finishing. And I mean, it's already all written.
Oh god, guys.
What?
When Velvet and Velvet and Ruby interactions.
Real quick before we talk about that, can I say something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just,
Yes.
I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning, but I'm still continuing to be impressed by just the overall quality of the show since the second season. Just like visually, everything looks a lot nicer.
I like the holographic street signs and traffic lights. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Those are holograms.
And plus, as simple as it sounds, the addition of background characters is really, really awesome. Because try imagining the truck scene if everybody except for the two armed guys and the dust men were all black shadows.
Just a bunch of shadows like discussing.
Ooh, kind of.
Yes.
Here's a fun theory, or a fun interpretation of the show that they were using fully fleshed out background characters the whole time. It's just that all the people we saw in the first volume were literal shadowy silhouettes.
Oh my lord, are the shadow silhouettes like a whole race of people or something?
They're a whole race of people. They're very similar to the shadows you see after, in Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yes, new fan theory.
Yes.
So there's a new race of basically shade people.
Monty, you should be taking notes here.
Although they've mysteriously vanished, I hope they didn't get wiped out or anything.
And nobody's
That's not going to happen in between the seasons without someone commenting.
You know, my problem is
they were just
no
having
one
a
cares
festival.
about them. Apparently, they're all gone, and nobody is questioning this.
Nobody cares.
No, they're cursed. That's why people don't seem to pay attention. Is that they've been cursed to anonymity or to being generally ignored for something. No one knows what it is. They were cursed to be ignored. That's why they only appear as silhouettes, and no one seems to ever really see them. There's deep stuff. There's some dark stuff going on in the background of RWBY.
Speaking of dark stuff going on with RWBY, the general dude, can we talk about him for a moment?
How's that dark?
Yes.
Look at the shit he's building.
So?
And clearly Penny is afraid of him.
I'm pretty sure
clearly the two are connected.
I'm pretty sure he's the one who created
he's more
Penny.
afraid of the guards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
he's.
that also
what if
explains
he's her
why.
father?
Yeah, I think he's the Geppetto to her Pinocchio.
No,
I
and it
agree.
also explains why. Because remember when Ruby walks up to her, Penny says that she loves her father.
but he also runs one of the schools, correct?
Yeah,
Yes,
he
and
runs.
I believe he's also a general of the country that school's
So
in.
maybe he's gonna try and use Penny to win the fighting tournament that's gonna happen.
I think it's more likely that if she's part of the military thing. Here's my theory, and this is an actual more quote unquote more serious theory. For whatever reason, a la Geppetto, he wanted a child, and he used being basically the kind of his position in the military to get defense contracts to work on robotics.
Right.
He built Penny to be his child, but because it was done using the backing of the military, she had to have a military application. That's why she's such a powerful fighter and is combat ready. If I had to guess, he got because if you notice, all of the other robots, even with his claims of they're much friendlier looking, they're also very clearly robots.
Yep.
They don't even look like people in suits. There's no way to mistake that they are not people. Penny is clearly different. I think that she was designed, or at least the excuse of her design being so lifelike, is to be an infiltration unit, and that's why she's not allowed to talk to people because they're not supposed to know.
Right.
And he doesn't care that there's going to be a whole model of robot infiltration units based on her, as long as he gets to take care of her and raise her as his daughter.
So do you think he's also using Penny to spy on Beacon and their students, and like
No.
further strategies on the tournament?
Possibly, he's supposed to be. I don't think he
Because-
really cares to.
Yeah.
It looks like
He's
he's
just
really.
like, look, just don't talk with anybody, and as long as nothing happens, then we can just say nothing happened.
Okay,
'Cause-
now maybe I just thought of something. Maybe he has, the entire military there and Penny, being on guard and stuff just in case the White Fang show up again and start wreaking havoc.
Actually, that does beg the question: how widespread is White Fang? Are they in multiple countries or just Vale?
I would imagine it's pretty big because the Faunus it includes a big chunk of the Faunus.
Well-
The Faunus are like a major race in the world.
Keep in mind that during Blake's interview with Ozpin, she said that she was outside. She lived outside of the kingdoms, which means that there's a whole separate
Yeah.
part of the world that isn't like of that area.
Also, some of the kingdoms are on completely separate continents.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Well,
So it's
actually,
possible the White Fang
I
doesn't
don't.
cover the entire world. Also, ow my ears.
Yeah, I can't hear a word of what's going on anymore because
I can't hear everything except the static coming from Anthony.
Anthony.
Anthony,
you're
Yeah.
murdering everything.
Yeah.
You're murdering everything.
Okay. Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
Better.
Okay,
I
sorry
apo-
about that, fans. Anyway,
I
Dan, what were you
apologize.
saying?
Sorry about what?
Dan, what were you saying?
The different. Some of the countries are on completely separate continents, so there may or may not be faunus there, and even if there are, the White Fang may not be able to reach that far.
I think the
Very
four
true.
kingdoms are actually just on that one continent. Because remember
They
the
clearly showed
could
4 different continents with castles on them in the intro, like the prologue.
Yeah.
True.
So every continent has like the main kingdom, I guess. With Vale being the hub of the continent that RWBY takes place on.
Actually, I have to double check it, but someone, maybe Will, maybe a fan, make a comparison between the Cybertron map and the map from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Ooh, that'd be
This-
interesting.
there actually isn't any connection whatsoever.
I know, I'm just saying that they looked kind of similar,
They-
because thinking of Vale, it was very central and large like the Earth Kingdom was.
They do look
I'm
kind
wondering
of.
how similar they are.
They do look similar, but remember that this map is based off of a ketchup stain on a napkin. Never
I'm just
forget that.
saying that it would make it would just make it ripe for then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked jokes. I'm just saying.
Oh, I see where you're going with that.
Should we talk about Weiss and her antics?
Oh, you mean
is
the
better.
fact that she tried
Why?
desperately to partner up with Neptune, but RWBY wasn't having any of it?
Yeah, that was awesome. Nah.
Oh my god! Speaking of that, can we? John is trying to hit on Weiss.
Yeah.
That kind of bothered me as slightly out of character. I thought like he basically figured out that stop randomly hitting on people, and they were kind of going for like
Right.
hanging out with Pyrrha all the time.
Yeah. Also, fucking
I thought-
Pyrrha. Come on. Are you clueless?
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah. Hey guys,
She's your mentor teammate, and she clearly has a crush on you.
guys, you know they're gonna get together. This is just a build-up phase. It's just a build-up. They're gonna get to it. But
You know what? I feel like I want. You know what? I bet that actually, because if you notice that like his attempts were kind of really pathetic. I mean, then again, it is John. On the other hand, how much you want to bet Nora put him up to it for some reason?
maybe just like to train him to get him to ask. But see,
To
when he
ask
finally,
Pyrrha out because
Yes!
he wants him to end up with Pyrrha, and so had him practice on Weiss. Because if he could, basically, think about it. if you can sweet talk Weiss, you can sweet talk anybody, or you're
Yeah.
Neptune, which is the same.
Power for Neptune.
Which is the same
Which
thing.
is the same thing. But the point is basically that she's like, just practice on Weiss, and then you'll be ready to take on Pyrrha. And then she kind of shoved him over, and so he just kind of awkwardly tried to do it, and then it didn't work because
Yeah.
Weiss didn't care.
I feel like Pyrrha would gladly accept his date though, no matter how goofy it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my favorite quote, what? Why did you hear me? No, 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 and yes.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Also, shout out.
Weiss is best girl this volume.
Yeah, shout out to Peter Pot.
No, Dust Shop Guy is best girl.
So what girl?
Dust Shop Guy is best girl.
Not Weiss.
I agree with Dan.
See, like
I go with Dan.
I have started this volume like polar opposite, like in my feelings towards Weiss. They are completely like different from when I first met Weiss in Volume 1. I hated Weiss because how much of a bitch she was. Now I love her because now she's a funny bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she's less of a bitch, but you know what I mean. She's more. I guess she's more of a jerk ass with a heart of gold, kinda.
She's not even really that much of a jerk. She's still a little bit socially awkward, but she's that's about it. She's just kind of socially awkward.
Yeah, but it's funny though.
Mostly because she's clearly not used to not being a bitch.
Yeah,
But she's doing pretty good.
she's doing a good job. I commend her efforts, and clearly they're still trying to increase the ship of Weiss and RWBY.
I know.
I mean,
Ru-
I think it's fairly clear that the intention was that RWBY was just being kind of innocently and obliviously preventing Weiss from hanging out with Neptune. But the only way everyone is going to take it is that RWBY is actually so much smarter than she lets on, and she's not going to let Neptune take Weiss away from her.
That's right.
Yep.
Speaking of Neptune,
Shipping.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what his power is, like what his weapon and his semblance is.
I have a
Trident, and he
theory.
controls water. Yes, Anthony?
I have a theory that he's actually friends with Mercury.
The silver-haired dude with the leg guns.
How so?
Yeah, so that he's actually spying on them for them.
What?
Well,
Oh, I
it's
bet
his
if
names.
he is, it's unintentional. Yeah, Neptune.
Yeah.
Mercury, Neptune. Mercury, Neptune. The planets
Yeah.
are even completely on the opposite sides of the solar system from each other.
Yeah. So they're probably friends, and then he accidentally tells them stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was just like, oh, hey, it's my bro Mercury.
Right, right.
I mean, we already know
Jeff,
that
you've
he's
been
a
awfully quiet.
We already know that he's a blabbermouth, right? Turned around and told Scarlet.
Yeah, but I imagine that's just one of their other friends that they always talk to, or his
Yeah.
specific girlfriend. Unless Scarlet is also Cinder.
No,
No, Scarlet and
I think Scarlet's the dude,
Rock-
the red-haired dude.
Scarlet and Cinder are two separate characters.
Maybe Scarlet is RWBY, and she's been living a double life this entire time.
Yes, because the two saw each other in the hallway in the first episode.
Yep. And no, basically Scarlet is RWBY, and RWBY is also Cinder, all at the same time.
She's all three of them.
Yes, she's a diabolical mastermind.
It's the RWBY Holy Trinity.
So,
This isn't. No, it's just. She just has a master plan.
so
He just wants to take over the world.
It was RWBY all along.
I feel
Wow.
like she has three separate plans as each of these people, and kind of helps working them along the way. And basically, if any of them stops working, she'll just drop it. Like she's working to take over the world, but if she's losing, she'll just drop it and then defeat herself. And everyone's like, "Yay, the world is saved!" But and then
Just
if she
kidding.
takes over the world, then she just reveals herself and takes over the world. She's a genius.
she's a
and
freaking genius.
Weiss will rule at her side.
Lelouch would be proud.
Yes, he
Lelouch
would.
Jelly.
Lelouch would be jelly. Chaps,
But
you've
what
been
it
awfully-
turns out is that actually it was Crescent Rose controlling her the whole time.
Oh shit!
And only likes dealing with weapons and can't deal with people because her Crescent Rose is actually secretly alive and evil and whispers to her at night. And it turns out that Crescent Rose is going to become Megatron. And becoming Optimus Prime will fight.
Way to go, Dan. You just spoiled the entire series for
perfect.
everybody. Now Monty's got to go back and rewrite his story.
No,
Nice
that's
going.
what's been happening all along. I figured it out. I figured
Figured
it out.
He
Oh my
cracked the
God.
code. Damn, dude, we need to get you your own TV show on History Channel where you crack open ancient history theories and you just prove them all wrong. Or actually all right in this case.
Yeah, by the way, every conspiracy theory about various powers trying to control the world is true. The fact is, though, that none of them, they're all true. And that's why none of them control the world, because they're constantly thwarting each other by accident and on purpose. So it's really just a huge clusterfuck.
Just like evil should be. So, chaps, you've been awfully quiet. What do you have to say about all this?
I'm just taken aback, and I'm currently attempting to readjust to our discussion types.
To our zaniness. But what did you think about the episode?
All in all, overall, I will admit it was a bit on the slow side, but I felt we kind of needed this slowdown, because if things are going too fast, then they're gonna get less exciting over time, and plus it sets up for at least 2 or 3 different, exciting branching stories at the moment.
That's true.
And which I personally think is a great move on their part. And plus, Penny is my precious child, and
Precious
I'm glad.
Babu?
And she is my precious Babu, and I'm glad to see her making a return.
I thought Yang was your precious Bob.
No,
No. Yang is the wife. Yang is
Yeah.
the wife. Penny is the babby.
I
I see.
I want
I don't
fan
have a
out of
problem.
this.
Okay.
You're no offense, but you're getting creepier every time.
Excuse?
I just want fan out of this. Just this relationship. If you can call it that.
But where does Yang factor into all that? Oh my god. Yang knows what's going on. That's why she's constantly trying to push Ruby to make new friends.
She knows.
She
She's trying
knows.
to divert her.
But she can't just confront Ruby right away because then Crescent Rose will trick her and then it'll fuck up their relationship. So she's just trying to sabotage.
Oh shit.
That sounds like Yang.
That does sound like gang.
Yeah. We have just cracked down on a bunch of theories tonight, didn't we?
No.
I have
But she
another
just-
theory.
Oh Jesus, what?
Blake, Ruby, and Yang are sisters.
What? What?
But then,
Yes.
but then who was phone?
Who was phone?
That does bring up the question. Then why is Blake a faunus? Does that mean Ruby and Yang are faunists?
It probably does.
Oh my god!
Maybe.
And that explains Transformers Beast Wars!
Yes!
Yes.
We finally cracked the mystery, man.
Full circle.
We did it.
Full circle.
Or
Did it.
Oh my
We
God.
fucking did it.
Or-
That's it.
Or
We gotta drop the mic. Drop.
I can't! It's hanging on my neck!
No.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Or-
okay.
I
You
take
seem
it around
very
your neck before
confused.
you hang yourself.
Alright. So, I guess we're probably losing steam from all of that. So, Anthony, what is your favorite character from last season, and what is your favorite character so far?
Last season, it was between John and Ruby. But now, since that last episode where Blake is all worrying about what's gonna happen later on. I think Blake is my favorite character right now.
All right, and what's your favorite line so far? That you can remember.
When Sun is hanging on the window, and and then he says that he is always doing that.
Yeah, that's my favorite of this
stare
episode
at him,
too.
climbing trees. Oh, okay.
She's still skeptical. She's still like, yeah, that's what you say.
Yeah.
Creep.
Here's a question: how the heck did Neptune get up there?
He has his
He's
ways.
Neptune.
He's Neptune.
He has his ways.
Yeah, he has his ways.
Yeah,
I
felt
assume
bad.
Well, he
someone
doesn't
just
have his
basically
ways.
grabbed him and placed him.
He
Yeah,
doesn't have
probably.
his ways. He doesn't have his ways. He's Neptune.
He has his waves.
True.
Oh,
No,
and
Will.
maybe
He
he
doesn't.
has
Will.
something to do with his semblance.
Will. He doesn't have his ways. He's Neptune.
Maybe he has a
No,
super
no.
jump.
He has his
No,
waves.
his semblance is being Neptune. That's his semblance.
No, see,
He's
Chappie.
Neptune.
He doesn't have his ways. He has his waves. Cause he's Neptune.
Ha.
Yeah,
Haha,
you'd be
nay,
proud.
waves.
Get out.
Alright.
Get out.
Bye,
Get out
guys.
now, leave.
Bye.
See you, Will.
Good
Sorry.
riddance, loser.
It's been fun recording with you, but I think we can all agree that, you know, as of late, you've developed some creative differences and with the rest of the group, and I totally understand your decision to leave. And just so you know that even if you're not a part of Team Coward anymore, I still hated you more than everybody.
That's the spirit, chaps. Now you're getting it.
We'll never miss you, Will. We'll never miss
Well,
you.
you're fired. You're fired. Get the fuck out of here.
Good luck with the editing.
Oh,
Bye.
don't worry. We already got your replacement.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
You do
We'll pay
realize
your-
he literally Will is the bottleneck to everything we do.
Don't worry. Well, we'll be sure to pay your replacement more than we ever paid you, which is
We
nothing.
never.
Oh, and don't forget, we're gonna be paying Anthony double what we pay the new editor.
That's right.
Why would you pay me?
What for guests?
We're not.
Because we actually
Double
like
nothing is
you.
Still nothing.
So anyway, guys, if you had to give this episode a rating, what would you give
Wait,
it?
we
Like
still didn't do everyone's
Oh
favorite,
shit.
Oh
favorite
yeah, we
character
still
line.
didn't do everyone.
Chappie was next.
Okay, let's go on to that.
Chappie, what was your favorite character?
End line.
Well, wait, are we talking about... Okay, are we talking overall, or just from
Just this
specific episode?
This episode. Let's go with this episode.
Well, I think I've already made it fairly apparent which character was my favorite this episode, but for the sake of formalities, I shall restate that it was the precious Babu Penny.
Right.
I love that nickname, Babu.
Precious.
Babu.
Yes.
Babu.
Babe.
But yes, Penny is a precious, precious child that must be protected at all costs.
Yes.
How
Favorite
else
line.
will she protect the Allspark?
How else will she be battle ready?
That's right.
Yes.
Then I honest to God can't remember a specific line. I think that's getting way too that's too specific for me. No, wait, no, that's too specific. 5 me. That's more than 4 me. Anyway, but yeah, like I said,
Actually, Chappie, that should have gone 3 specific 5 me.
and if we're giving the episode an overall rating, I personally give it I'll give it a 3 point. I give it 3.54 because, as we needed to slow down a little bit for a little bit of setup. You know what I mean?
Wait, out of 5
I
or
give
10?
you
Out of 5.
out of
Oh,
5.
okay.
We usually do out of 10 score, by the
Oh,
way.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
It's
It's
out
fine.
of whatever you want.
It's really
Yeah,
out of whatever you
out of-
want.
Yeah.
Out of
You decide the score and the range.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of wasn't here for the past 2 recordings, so I wouldn't know what our grading scale is.
It's been up
whatever
for
you
2
want.
weeks, dude.
Do you really think I watch the videos we make?
Yes.
Please, I have better things to do with my time, like, you know, not doing my summer school work, or, yeah,
I see.
sleeping, and not doing my summer school work.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would say watching anime, but I haven't actually watched anything recently.
I wouldn't blame you.
Well,
because
actually,
every-
other than JoJo, but I have recently started Fate Zero, but I digress.
Yes.
I want to blame you there because nearly everything in this season sucks. But
That's a podcast for another time.
that's right, friends.
By the way, real quick before we get back on topic, my friend Riley's having me watch Fate Zero, and it's super radical. Anyway,
Thank
let's
you.
get back on topic.
You mean our friend Riley?
I don't. Oh, that's right. You do talk to him, don't you?
Why do you two know Ridley?
Ridley.
Well, Ridley has kind of been my literal
Confirmed
best
for
friend for the
Smash.
past 5 years, so.
He's
Yeah.
too big. He's too big for just one of us.
Wow.
Space Dragon?
He's also too big for Smash.
Oh! Shots fired! Shots fired!
I don't get why people want him in Smash so bad. I really don't.
Because people like don't want another fucking Mario or Zelda character in.
I understand,
already
but
5 of
why
them.
Ridley of all things? Why
Because
not?
he's a giant space dragon pirate.
Yeah, well, I want Master Hand to be playable. He's a giant hand. Is he playable?
You know what? I'm gonna start a campaign to get Will into Smash
Oh
Brothers.
my god.
Yes.
I'm gonna start a campaign
Well,
for
for
us to
Smash.
finish this goddamn podcast. Chappie, what
That
is your
sounds
score again?
perfect.
My score was 3.5/4 out of 5. Because I suppose I did enjoy the slower pacing to it.
Yeah.
Simply for how much cool stuff it's setting up for.
Okay.
Because, I kind of forget how they split up, but, we've got our, it set up our little, plot with Ruby and Penny, and then Weiss is off doing her thing, and I know Yang is most likely going to the club again.
Yeah.
And I actually forget where Blake went, to be
Blake
honest.
is going to a White Fang small like a lower teal White Fang meeting to try and see what's going on.
Right.
Oh, and also-
But do you see what I mean
Butt
with
kick.
this single episode? They've opened up, the gates to 4 different plots to eventually reconverge into one.
Right.
You know what I
Don't
mean?
forget the butt cape.
Oh yes, we almost forgot.
We
I
almost
didn't
forgot
notice
the
it with her
butt
old outfits. I love the new outfits, but I apparently she had it before. I swear to God, it looks like Blake has a butt cape now, like an honest to God butt cape, and I love
cape.
it.
You mean a tailcoat?
Yeah.
No,
I'm with you.
I don't know what the exact word is, but like if it was like an actual cape, like from her shoulders, that'd be cool. But no, I mean I'm not saying that this isn't cool, but it's like a cape exclusively for her butt.
Butt is very classy. Are you going to question this?
I'm not questioning it. I'm just saying it's a butt
Butt
cape.
cape.
It's a butt cape.
It's a butt cape.
Everybody, it's a butt cape. Just a butt cape.
Okay.
Darn
I think we should continue.
Darn
Okay.
sure.
So,
Darn sure.
Will, character, line, score.
before we do that, Anthony hasn't given a score yet.
Don't break my heart out of 10.
Wow. That is... Actually, that was a pretty good pun. That was actually fairly respectable.
Okay.
Don't break my achy breaky heart.
I'd have to say that it's a
it's actually a tie between Sun. Just for all of that thing that he did that episode. That was great. My favorite line is definitely the hanging out of the room. I do this all the time. Between him, Penny, and then just fucking Yang with that one comment, I love when you're feisty, or whatever. That's fucking great.
Alright,
Ryan?
my turn. Alright, so favorite character this episode is once again Weiss. My favorite line once again comes from Weiss. You know, when John asks, "Oh, did you hear me?" She's like, "No, no, no, and yes." And if I would have to give this a ranking, it would be probably a 6.5 out of 10. Because I didn't like how slow it was. I mean, yeah, it was mostly just a build-up episode, but I feel like they could have picked up the pace a little bit. And plus, that reaction at the end was it just made no sense. It was the weakest episode of the volume so far.
Yeah.
Right.
That ending really bothered me too. Although with the new interpretation that RWBY, especially considering that we figured out that she's actually a a master genius supervillain.
Right.
That she basically her confusion was that she figured out she was a robot. That helps make it a little better, but seriously, yeah. Favorite character for this one is Penny, although the Dust Shop guy came in real close second.
Yeah.
My favorite line is she a man from Volume 1? Because that was my reaction to Penny when she said she's not a real girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I give this score several rather oblivious passerby out of an otherwise slow episode.
I just
Really,
wanted...
I'm too lazy to think of a good joke score here. It was alright.
Because I didn't
To be
already,
fair,
I'd give it 7 floating knives out of 10.
Also, if I'm sure an official name has already come up, but as a suggestion, Weiss X Neptune, Frozen Seas.
Oh shit!
No, Arctic Seas. Arctic Seas.
Oh, Arctic Seas.
Arctic
That's another good one.
Seas.
That's a good one.
Nordic Sea. No, he's not Nordic. Never mind.
Nordic.
Arctic
No.
is better.
Yeah,
Arctic is
no.
much
Arctic
better.
is better.
I have an idea. How about shipping is for nerds?
Nerds.
Chappie.
Shots fired.
Chappie.
Shots fired!
Totally
Shots
okay
fired!
with Bumblebee.
Chappie, what happened to you?
What happened?
What happened to shipping?
Shipping.
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 And with that, Team Coward bids you adieu.
Oh,
Team
wait,
Coward
wait,
with an
wait,
A.
wait, wait,
Team
stop.
Coward with an A. Don't forget the A.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Today we're Team Award. Oh no, wait. We have.
No, Team
Ryan just
Award,
said he
more
stopped
like
recording.
Team Awkward.
Oh!
It's even better.
Oh.
I stopped recording.
Okay, so no, Chappie's just said that he just stopped recording.
And as always,
Are we
Ryan.
stopping?
Ryan stopped
What?
recording.
I'm still recording.
I'm still recording too.
Is
Yes.
Ryan stop recording?
Yes.
You didn't do your thing. You didn't do your thing. Ah.
Oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you, Anthony. We have a winner.
End.
Goodbye.
Fine. Whatever. This is all staying in.